All right, check, check. Microphone looks like I'm not peaking too much, which is good. All right, cool. So yeah, let me log in here real quick. Ah, we do have Vexilla.dev wired up. Perfect. Wow. I don't think I was expecting that many visits and page views. Vexilla.github.io is definitely bringing people over. Nice. Yeah, awesome. Oh, that's no worries, Trev. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you. And just be aware of the pinned comment where I correct myself about, you know, the Rust thing. Definitely misspoke. But for functionality and overloading, it still applies. So yeah, most people are getting there through direct links, which makes sense. I think a lot of the Vexilla.github.io clicks are actually people coming from Google. So yeah, we got that in there. I'm fine with that. Just wanted to make sure I had it. Yep, stoked on that blog post. Ah, yes, this was about unit testing Kotlin stuff. So that's the part we're doing right now. We want to get in and make sure our tests are running properly. We're not going to be using JUnit, I don't think. The pyramid is no longer accurate. It's a diamond. Do the diamond. Yeah. Oh, it is going to be JUnit stuff. All right, let me double check my build.gradle now. So use JUnit platform is that. But we don't have the JUnit dependencies. Probably do need all these. I know we're going to need the JDK stuff. I hate that. Yeah, no multi-cursor support in IDEA. It's probably just a different key, right? Like a different way of doing it. I just don't know what it is yet. Do you have to do commas? No. Maybe. Okay, that doesn't look so bad. I guess we're gonna need something like that. No, looks like not. Right, and part of it is we're using a Kotlin script file or whatever, whereas this is just a regular Gradle file. So there's probably something I might need to do differently. Maven Central, yep, that's what we want there at least. So yeah, let's just get rid of these, I guess. Alright, just want to double check that there wasn't anything weird I was missing in those. Oh. There we go. So yeah, we see that. Oh, damn. So we can actually just generate a test for it directly? What? No way. Alright, so Gradle's now running. This should theoretically bring in our JUnit import, but maybe not. There's JUnit coming in. Okay. Not quite, though. Let's rename this file. How about that? Okay, hold on. I gotta rename the class too. It generated a test, but it didn't actually generate a test. Oh, I needed to actually select the methods. Oh, okay. I missed it. That's what I get. Why won't it read? My bad. I actually have to check these. Oh. Alright. But it doesn't put anything in them. Oh. Okay, and this is just the place that I need to get that from. So you know what? Yeah, we're gonna delete it. Will it run? Will it blend? Will it blend? Probably not. Should just take a little while. Okay, so this is all in client. So it's interesting it has to run the entire project anyway. Yeah, yeah. And we just haven't updated that client yet. Yeah, that was new to me, so learn something new every day. What up, Basti? How you doing? And yeah, if anyone wants to lurk YouTube, you know, no big deal. And Swampy, I didn't mean to leave you hanging. Yeah, afternoon, man. Which Nicolas Cage movie did you watch? Was it Con Air? If Con Air is on Tubi, I know what we're watching tonight. The Night Before. I don't know that one. Okay. It was one with Dana Carvey? And is it new? Or is it old? Oh! No. Dana Carvey, John Lovitz, and Nicolas Cage. Yeah, it's when they get stuck in that town. Right? No, it's not The Night Before. I forget the name of it. Yes, that's it. Lost in Paradise or something like that. Or Stuck in Paradise, or I don't remember. There's one line I remember from it where they're like, no, just make 3 lefts. 3 lefts is a right. Oh, yeah. You know, like, yeah. Yeah, that's a good movie. I really like that one. Okay. 4 actionable tasks. Tests finished. Looks like they worked. 2 tests passed. Yep. Looks good to me. Yeah, the directions said to make 3 lefts. Or 4 lefts or whatever. Yeah, or something like that. That's it, yeah. It's a good movie. That one's classic. Yeah, that's before Nicolas Cage had to actually, like, start making money from movies. because he lost all of it. But okay, so our hasher tests, they run. Should get value under threshold for a working seed, value above threshold for a non-working seed. Boom. Makes that easier. That's a little weird to me. I don't know. Right? Shouldn't they be over in this table? But we did see that, you know, there was the test. We run it one by one. Oh, is that it? No way. Redundant backticks? No, is that in it? Only the non-successful ones show up? I could see that being a thing. There's probably some setting. Oh, there it is. That's it. Yeah. It's these right here. All right, so this one right here, instead of string, this is int float. Oh, we'll say this one's long, or wait, yeah, float and double. Ooh, and yeah, our values here are going to be wrong. We don't know what it's actually going to be equal to. So we're going to have to find numbers that actually satisfy it. We're going to say 42, 42, 42.0. Oh, interesting. So that one works there. How do we hash a float? Right? This one turns into a double just fine. I don't think these are actually going to pass because I don't know if they're going to be above or below the threshold. All right, so the yellow ones failed. Oh. Yeah. So this is so weird to me. So the float and the double. Ah, that's right. Yeah, the float and the double don't do what we're expecting because it gets turned into a string. Yeah. So instead, we'll just say less than. And then we should be good. Cool. And yeah, that stuff will never change. And if we want to implement it in other tests, it's actually really easy. Cool. Easy enough. So our hasher is done. We need to start working on some other things now. Types here look fine. What we need to do next is, I think, our scheduling logic. Because it's nice and self-contained and easy to test. Oh, and why did it work? Just because, right, when we are stringifying 42.42, that is going to be a different hash than 42. Because we're turning it into a string, and the way our algorithm works, it's based upon, like, the string result. So no matter what, under the hood, hash string then gets called. And validating those strings, this is going to be below the threshold rather than above. Now here's another thing I could have done, right? If we change the seed to working seed, does that break it? I'm curious about that. Yeah, see? So we could do it multiple ways. Working and non-working is a little tricky at that point, but I think we're good. So yeah, we need to create the scheduler now. All right, so let's look at the logic we have for the scheduler. go look at, I don't know, the Go code. I think the Go code is fine. Okay, so we got this method. It's going to take in a feature. Now, technically, we could just do this as an object, and then we're good, right? So then it's static, and we're set. Cool. We need to create another function. And in here, we change this. This takes in the schedule and the schedule type. All right, so that's our top level function we're going to end up using in other places. This is the inner function. We can get rid of that now. And then we need to start scaffolding out the is function, or is schedule active with now. And this takes in schedule type and a now. Actually, we can just copy and paste all that junk. All right, so then in this case, what is the date time library we're going to end up using for Kotlin? This Kotlin X date time, is that native or do I got to bring it in? We don't care about local date time, local date. So we might not need any of that. We might be able to just use date. I like how it takes in milliseconds. Nice, that makes our life way easier. Oh, it functions like the JavaScript date object? Oh, God. Oh, wait, hold on. We're in the Kotlin JS docs. We don't want that. Looks like Kotlin X date time is what we end up needing. Yeah, I think so, right? There you go. Some good water. That's some high quality H2O. Okay, so here we're seeing that they do nanosecond instead of millisecond there. Sure. Oh, NSDate. Yeah, that's the Apple version of things. Aha. Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, I just want to do UTC stuff. Maybe instant is what I want. Oh, and I see. If we wanted to get something in UTC, we'd have to do the to local date time. Okay, I think instant is what we're actually looking for. Yeah, so clock.system.now. Okay. Does this come back as a UTC value, though? No, because system could be that. Is our project technically multi-platform? And hey, thanks, Xmetrics. Appreciate you. Thanks for the lurks. Hold on, replying to some stuff on Twitter. Well, shit, yeah, T7 as a permanent drive, not a great idea. Okay, cool. Just double checking. Saw a bunch of like Twitter replies and stuff. Wanted to make sure I'm responding appropriately in a good amount of time, etc. And cool. All right, so yeah, for this. When they talk about multi-platform, they're talking about the JS output, iOS output, and Android output, basically, right? Which I don't think we need to worry about as much. And what's up, Cheerios? How you doing? So yeah, I'm just going to add that to dependencies. Okay, so we got to refresh the Gradle stuff, have it download dependencies for us. Think it's done? Yeah, it looks done. All right. So then back to scheduler. Yeah, this part's not done. Do a return false there. I don't think I actually need the semicolon. I think this ends up being an instant. And we call that good. So then this here we end up calling the is schedule active with now. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we don't do that there. And then this right here would just be system dot clock. And I think I did the wrong system reference. Oh, it's clock.system, not system.clock. Well, that would probably be it. Okay. Actually, hold on. Clock dot. We see system companion. Yeah, there is no UTC. Yeah, looks like now's all we got. Okay. So, we've got these. Could be private. But for testing, it's annoying, so we're going to leave that. And all of our core logic then happens in here. Okay, so Kotlin. Does Kotlin have pattern matching? Looks like, yep. We do put it in parens. So when schedule type is schedule type dot oh, hold on. I don't think I want is, do I? Because that would be for a type. Ah, so I would want to check for the equality. And they do the caret syntax or arrow whatever syntax. If it is that, then we return true. Did I really spell it that way? Let's go fix that. Schedule type. Yeah, that should be capitalized. There we go. Environment. Alright, there we go. Okay, so yeah, let's go look at this. So yeah, why is Kotlin's when not considered pattern matching? I am curious about that. Okay, so the kinds of patterns are limited. Okay, yep. All right, so the when expression. Can I match two of those things? So 0 or 1. Oh. So I don't need the equality check. I just do the case like that. And then this is where the logic would go. Do I need to put brackets around it? And hey, thanks, Blake. Appreciate that. And thank you for the follow. Cheerios. Welcome. So yeah, what if we have like a lot more logic? Can we just wrap it in brackets? Yup. Cool. Yeah, let's go double check our Go code. So basically the empty schedule type is true. These other schedule types then go in and do all of this logic. Yeah. So val start date is then equal to instant dot from epic milliseconds. Yup. Start date dot. All right, so we don't see that. How do we do... How do we set, like, the hours? So instant dot. Oh, and this is where we'd want to do companion for some of the other things, right? Maybe. So we don't want to do it from a string. How do we do this part? We don't want to do a plus or a minus. Yeah, I don't see this part. So set hour of instant in Kotlin. So that's the getting. Oh, it would be dot with. We also want at zone. Oh, because then the at zone converts it to a zoned date time. I see. Okay. Oh. So yeah, we don't want to comment that. This would just be dot. So it looks to me like this is older. And then we'd have to convert it back to an instant. Okay, because instants are immutable. Okay. I'm okay with that. So this would be dot to local date time. This is zone time zone dot UTC dot. So it's not with. There is no setter. So to instant is what we're going to call at the end of it. What's up, Lexon? How you doing? So, as a local date time, trying to chill out and reset? Yeah, you got to take a step away from it, for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's do a lemonade. Just a regular lemonade. And we'll switch to CM Griffing After Dark here in a bit. Which means I just put on like the mature warning again. And this is different, actually. So I might be able to ditch the main mature warning as well, which might be useful. But I think I have to do that in a different bit of settings. So this is just an experiment on how much of a hit the content warning gives it versus just standard mature. And I can curb how much I swear, right? I think I've only done it once today. It's pretty good. So yeah, some of this I'm less sure about because we are getting a local date time out of this. But I don't seem to be able to like manipulate it by changing the date. Like, you know, changing the hours and stuff. Yeah, so width is not it. It's dot something. Yeah, we don't want to do plus or minus. And yeah, with hour, with minute, with second, those don't exist. Val foo equals local date time from instance, right? Yeah. All right, so date time stuff in Kotlin. Kind of a bit of a roadblock. But why? What could we be doing differently? Yeah, this is massively out of date. 2015. Oh my god. Like, whoa, dude. Yeah, dude. This one seems newer. But yeah, none of these like with day of month thing or dot at zone are there because it's using the Java time instant, which is different. Okay. So that's probably part of it. Yeah, we could. I like practicing my searching, though. This is a skill that, you know, you kind of need. That's a 2016. Okay, so datetime unit there makes sense, right? If you want to add or subtract. I think I see. Yeah, so here instead, so the instant doesn't even have that. Okay. How do I get this to format, like, automatically? Tools, actions on save. It's totally fine with this. There we go. That helps. Kind of. Okay. That's a little better. Whatever. Yeah, so I don't necessarily want to add a bunch of stuff to the class for local or local date, or for instant or local date time. But I'm okay with what we got so far. So then, yeah, we do the same thing. Okay, so we got start date, start of start date, end of end date. It's not necessarily like ergonomic, but I've seen worse. Right? The Go version is way more verbose. All right, so then if you mean like the crypto? I've heard of it. What about it? Okay, like, why is that relevant to what we're talking about, man? We want to check that now is between the start and the end. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. So what we want to do is check if it's outside of range. So if the range does not contain now, we return false. Sure. Okay, I like that. The ranges. That is pretty cool. That's a nice feature. How would a Solana library be relevant to what we're doing right now, Sven? Or are you just here to shill some crypto? It's pretty gross, dude. Right, so then, after that, we need to check start time and end time. I think I'm okay with that. So we want to create an instant from those values. All right, so we get our start time and end time there. After those, we need to create a when for our schedule.time type. Yeah. We'll just do return trues for all of these for now, and then we'll fill in the logic. Okay. So for this part, it's going to be a block because it is some fairly complicated logic. Inside of that, we need to create. And yeah, let's gut some of this. We don't need the rest of that logic. So this is the part we care about next, right? Is after start date time. And is before start date time. So let's do this. Start date time is equal to local date time start date Wait, and how are we doing the dot date part? Ah. So yeah, this part's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. So then local time here So then those are our date times, right? Yep. So now I should be able to get the hour value. So this would be start time dot hour dot minute dot second nanosecond. We're gonna do the same thing and create an end date time. Right, so then we return but these need to be converted to the instant. And then boom. All right, so we've gotten that branch of logic done. That is for... Oh, shit, I did that in the wrong place. This goes inside of here. And now we need to do the daily logic. Yeah, like Sven, I don't know, man. You're shilling something that is completely irrelevant to what we're doing and talking about right now. It's weird, man. Kind of spammy. If you'd simply asked us if we wanted to talk about crypto, we could have just said no, right? But you didn't even give us that chance. I probably speak for most people here when they're sick and tired of people shilling crypto. I don't care if you like it or don't like it. We just don't want to talk about it, man. Unless I'm specifically working on something like that. Which I might in the future, but I'm not right now. So it's just out of left field for your own weird-ass reasons. Yeah, right? It serves a really valid use case, and I think NFTs could be useful. But, Sven, people like you make it insufferable. That's the main part. If you were less of a shill, you'd have more people on your side. It's very similar to Rust and its beginnings. At the first RustConf, they had to explicitly say, stop telling everybody to rewrite it in Rust. You're doing more harm than good. Rust wasn't taken seriously until those people were no longer the most vocal voices. So, Sven, I don't know if you realize this, you are doing more harm than good by just shoehorning crypto into every conversation. And I recognize that most people here don't even know what a shoehorn is, huh? Right? Us old people do. Us old people know what a shoehorn is. Using a shoehorn as like, you know, a phrase for someone jamming something into a conversation when it didn't need to be there. Yep, that phrase is gonna go the way of the floppy disk, isn't it? I'm okay with it. Shoehorn. Yeah, but X Factor. How old are you? Oh, not showhorn. Shoehorn. So a shoehorn is this thing you use to jam your foot into a shoe without breaking the back of it. Yeah, exactly. You're old, man. We're all old. Like, we're all super old, dude. You can tell because, like, shoehorns are now made extra long for people that lack the flexibility to actually reach their feet anymore. Right? They're getting longer and longer because they know that their audience is aging. Right? They used to be short. Now they're fucking 3 feet long. Sorry for the swearing. I mean, that's pretty, like, on target, actually, Swampy. But yeah, shoehorns are getting longer and longer, man. because their audience is aging. When do we think the last shoehorn will be sold? 20 years from now? $2065? People are living longer and longer. Hey, thanks. Hold on. You might have told me this before. Is it Rich or Rick? Right? Is it like Rick Harold or is it Richarald? I'll probably only say the first little bit, either Rich or Rick, but you get that choice. Well, I mean, X Factor. A lot of shoes, as long as they're not leather, don't actually break by, like, jamming your foot in. Richard Harold. Okay, so Rich. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to double check that. Thank you. But yeah, thank you for that sub, Rich. Appreciate you. Oh, and I missed another one. Arnaud. I think that's the way to pronounce that, right? Let me know if I pronounced it wrong. I'll pronounce it better. So yeah, real quick, anyone that was wondering the results of the test, maybe it's just the fact that it's Christmas weekend, it's a Saturday, etc. But it really does seem like the mature content warnings, or not even mature content, but like the specific content warnings, are a major, major numbers killer. Because we are sitting at much better organic numbers without a raid even, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, we're gonna have to make this content a little less mature in the future. And I don't mean immature. We got that one already. But yes, less swearing, less glorifying whiskey. Basically none. Mature tag is actually on right now. So the mature tag is on, and I want to do a test of mature tag versus other stuff. But I turned off the content classifications that are required for if you were to be smoking marijuana or drinking whiskey or swearing too much. And technically it's not drinking whiskey, it's visibly intoxicated. I believe that is the proper like content warning. I don't think consumption is specifically outlawed, but being visibly intoxicated is. And not outlawed, but you need to have a warning about it. Yeah, so Omar, you are required to have those warnings if you participate in those things. Twitch will actually ban you if you are breaking those rules and not warning people about excessive swearing, marijuana use, etc. The mature tag used to be the only thing they did for that. Exactly, X Factor. Yeah, you're totally right. So it's not the mature tag that does that part. I do think that helps us a bit. Right? It lets people know that we're not specifically making children's content. But the actual, like, content classifications, those are massively harmful. And they prevent me from being on your, you know, live sub-channels, like, feed right there on the homepage. So that's also a huge win. Yeah, unless they have notifications disabled. They might not realize that I'm actually live. They should probably know by now. But, you know, that's one of those things. So, yeah, so far the experiment pretty heavily indicating that I need to broaden the audience by being less content classifiable. So yeah, note to self. It did just massively dip, but it's less than the dips we've had. So yeah, anyway, back to the thing we're doing. We need to write out this daily logic now. And then we're going to have to start writing our scheduler tests. Scheduler tests are going to be a bit trickier. I mean, it's the same stuff we've got, so we just need to port these things over. That's all there is to it. All right, so let's look at our daily logic. And bam. So this is our daily logic now. So we end up needing the timestamp itself, because we're going to start working with the numbers themselves, because it makes what we're doing a little bit easier, but not necessarily that much different. But it's the same as like our other logic, so keeping it all consistent makes it easier for us to test it and then refactor it later. So here's our next step. We need 0 day. We leave that as that, but we might want to turn it into a date time, actually. All right, so the next thing we end up needing is the now timestamp. We could just do it to epic seconds or to epic milliseconds. I think seconds are fine. All right, so we need today 0 timestamp. Pretty much that logic right there. All right, so we get today 0 timestamp just fine. This is actually not the stamp. Today 0 time. That one, yes. This one's going to be trickier. And actually, no, we do want that timestamp. So today's 0 time, to instant dot epic seconds. Zeroed start timestamp. It's gonna be something like this. So 0 day ends up being the date. So then this would be 0 day dot, whatever I pasted there. Cool. So 0 date time will leave. I'm not sure I'll actually use it, but we do need 0 day. And then, oh wait, no, we did. Hold on, I'm wrong about that. We just do the dot date. Okay, and then zeroed start timestamp. This is going to be start time dot hour dot minute dot second nanosecond. Yeah, it's a little harder to get the multi-cursor stuff. I'm sure there's some way to do it. I'd have to look it up. And I don't think we need it specifically right now. Right, so zeroed start timestamp should be good there. So we got today 0, zeroed start timestamp, which is a Unix milli. What is 0 end date time even used for? Nothing else. So we could actually just simplify that. So 0 to end is that, and we're good. Start timestamp is equal to today 0 time zeroed start. All right, so then from there, get rid of those parts. We just need to check this exact logic right there. Oh, that's fancy. I really like that. We can actually... Ifs are expressions in Kotlin? Oh, that's a nice feature, actually. And hey, thanks, Just Coder. Appreciate that. Was that your comment over on YouTube, too? Just making sure. Like, it looks like a similar name. Just checking. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for liking it over on LinkedIn, too. All right, so they've actually verified that that code is completely unreachable now. They're saying that we can make these private. Oh yeah, no worries, man. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, I really do think that all this stuff will actually make a lot of sense way quicker than you expect it to. But all right, so we got our main functions written there. Now we got to write our test logic for it. And we'll just create a new file. And yeah, I don't think test instance here is actually necessary. I'm not positive. I think we just commented that out. All right. So we got some boilerplate made. That right there is going to be no good. We don't need hasher. Let's go look at our tests for scheduling. And yeah, real quick, I gotta use the restroom. Give me just a second. BRB. Gotta pee. And yeah, we're gonna get these fully tested here real quick. All right, so yeah, how is everyone's Saturday going? All right, Christmas Eve. The night before Christmas Eve. There you go, science. Damn, yeah, YouTube keeps recommending my video to people. We're at 1,600 views. 1.7K. 94 watch hours. Thanks, YouTube. That's awesome. Yeah, this is definitely the quickest a video's gotten to this kind of number in views. So I'm really proud of that. Thank y'all. As far as watch hours go, we are really close to the same amount of watch hours on this one video as like my first 2 or 3, which is interesting. Well, yeah, thank y'all. Really appreciate it. Let's pour some lemonade. And yeah, having a good old day. And it's only 4 o'clock, so we got a good like 2 hours of content left. Writing these tests should actually go pretty quick. So then after that, we got to start working on the client itself. This is already feeling like one of the quickest SDKs we've written. But technically, it's a little too early to actually say that. Because the client logic is something we got to really figure out. Like, how does the JSON serializing and deserializing work? Things like that. So we got some work to do still. We may opt for Jackson for our JSON manipulation stuff, but I kind of feel like there should be something native to Kotlin in the standard library, right? But maybe not. Maybe Jackson is still essential. All right, so the logic in here. This test would be, should be active with an empty schedule. Yeah, this Kotlin dev experience is pretty clean. I think IntelliJ IDEA is doing a lot of work for us. For some of that, the parts that I would have like really liked that we didn't necessarily have is just like the multi-cursor stuff, and I'm probably just using the wrong shortcut key. So yeah, IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition, solid. Yeah, I will happily use it whenever I got to do Kotlin or Java work. It's not bad. Yeah, it allowed us to get past the brew issue of them not supporting the version of macOS we're still on. Now, I should install the latest version of macOS, and that'll free up like 9 gigs on my computer. That would be worth it. Need to stop procrastinating and start coding soon? Yeah, I get that, Alex. I make good background noise. And my favorite quote for that is, procrastinate? I haven't even begun to procrastinate yet. Getting a little late for code for you. I get it. I get it. Here's the thing. You should probably at least put in enough work. Oh, hold on. I need that to be equals. You should at least put in like enough work that you have a problem that you can stew on for the night. You don't need to solve it. But yeah, never end coding on a win, because then you're throwing away your diffuse thought process. Right? You can actually let your brain stew on and fix a bug for you while you're not even consciously thinking about it. So, use that. Do it. Absolutely, man. Yeah, for sure. I never end on a win on this stream either. Or I try not to, at least. It's a waste of your diffuse thought process. Ooh, how are we doing assertions? Yeah. So, assert true. All right, so scheduler dot is schedule active. Boom. Right, so that test should validate. They do take a little while to run, don't they? But it worked. All right, cool. Yeah. White Bat Audio. They kill it, man. You mentioned that you were going to start streaming. Yeah, this is all totally like copyright free. Right, so anything by White Bat Audio is fully like allowed to be used in anything. We could have it be background noise on my YouTube videos if we want. Yeah, the most important part is it needs to be like, it needs to be good enough that you still want to like listen to it and zone out to it from time to time. But it needs to be not exceptional enough that it takes your attention away from other things. And that's actually a very fine line. Often you'll find like a synthwave album, and if it's your first time hearing it, you're gonna actually get distracted by it more. But after your third or fourth time hearing it, it's just background noise. It's easier to do that with stuff without lyrics, though. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. Right, so a short about music choice for coding, a short about never end on a win. Boom. Yeah, I think those two shorts would be pretty damn good. I mean, this is just lemonade. We're good. Yeah. Family recipe. All right, so we've got one test working. We need to go grab other tests and make those work. And that's a bit more involved. But not that much more involved. And I think we actually have a bug with our start-end logic that we need to address via a like 24-hour cycle, like loop that we're doing in the daily stuff too. Because we've seen that all of our tests pass in some very specific cases, right? Depending on time of day, basically. But then some of our start-end tests fail at certain times. So we need to really address that. There's most likely a logic fix we got to do too. But our tests are not consistently failing out, and they should be, right? So our tests are brittle. Brittle tests are bad tests. All right, should handle start/end tests. There we go. Oh yeah, Lemonade does its thing, man. Lemonade's delicious. I consider myself a lemonade connoisseur. Yeah, exactly. Vitamin C is important. Hold on. AC Infinity. I want to reply to someone's tweet with actually some of this stuff I'm doing. So yeah, I'll post a link to the things I'm talking about too. You like sweet tea? Yeah. Like you said, you live in Missouri, right? Yeah, sweet tea is like a really southern thing. My dad used to make a bunch of sweet tea. He's from Texas, so it makes a lot of sense, right? Like so much sweet tea that it makes you start sweating looking at it. Yeah. I had a friend from Missouri. There you go. I'm Southern too. I had a friend from Missouri that would actually call it misery. The fact that he was a snowboarder is actually kind of insane. Being a snowboarder from Missouri? That's weird, right? Are there any mountains you could actually go to? I'm not so sure. But I think his family used to take trips to like Colorado and stuff. So that's how he got into it. Oh, you're also in Missouri there, Goatmeal? Hell yeah, nice. An hour south of St. Louis. Oh, it's incredibly unhealthy, right? Sweet tea has more sugar than tea in it. By definition. Sweet comes first in the name for a reason. Exactly. All right, so yeah, we need to hack out this start end test. Again, we got 2 hours before we need to hop over to the other stream. So yeah, all of these tests should be done. Oh, other stream is Griffing and Chill. We'll be playing some Baldur's Gate 3 tonight on the Evil playthrough. Yeah, most of the time we're gaming on that channel, but as I end up, you know, like getting a job here soon, I'll end up doing a lot of work on that channel as well, in which we're just watching some TV shows, a lot of Red Dwarf. All right, anyway. So yeah, real quick, let me shout this out. Yeah, IntelliJ is seeming really nice for Kotlin stuff. Yeah, there's definitely things that I miss in it. Like, I haven't figured out a good way to do, like, multi-cursor stuff. I'm probably just hitting the wrong key. But the fact that it's not consistent with, like, other tools on a Mac for doing the same thing is most likely due to IntelliJ being a cross-platform tool, and they had to come up with their own, like, keys that would work for everyone versus just one language or one, like, platform. But yeah, real quick, I made a comment over on Twitter about some fans I use. And dude, these AC Infinity fans are amazing, right? They are so good. Now they make all sorts of stuff, right? Seems like their biggest money is in, like, grow tents at the moment. I would still recommend their component USB or component fans, right? USB meaning it plugs into USB, but you can also get one that plugs into the wall. You know, if you get an adapter, you can get one that plugs into the wall too, from the USB. But right, like, really reasonable prices for these things. But you can throw them on basically anything, and they're quiet. And they do a really good job of just cooling random things, right? The rubber feet, really useful for, like, reducing the noise and all that stuff. But they are really good. Like, so much so that I want to reach out to them for, like, a sponsorship or at least, like, a, you know, like an affiliate link or something. Do they do an affiliate program? I'll sign up for the affiliate program right now, if so. Yeah, they don't have an affiliate program. I want to reach out to them. I've been evangelizing these things for ages. They're so useful. I've had one on top of a PS4. I've had one on top of my Mac Mini. I have two on top of my Mac Mini, actually. And they are separating, like, the Samsung T7 to make sure that doesn't overheat. Like, yeah, they're really good. Extremely valuable. And, like, yeah, they're so cheap. They are so damn cheap. And it makes sense. It's just a CPU fan in, like, a fancy case. But that fancy case is, like, the entire thing that makes it worthwhile. You can adjust the speed. I just leave them on high. But yeah, they're amazing. I cannot sing their praises enough. These people kill it. And a whole bunch of the stuff they make, like, they even got ones for, like, cabinet enclosures, right? So let's just say you've got your gaming systems and your stereo and a whole bunch of stuff in, like, a cabinet enclosure. Yeah, you can install these fans into the enclosure and actually circulate air so they're not, like, cooking themselves. You can even get, like, temperature readings and stuff. It's amazing. It's really good. So yeah, like, just extremely useful stuff. And they don't even pay me yet. They should, but they don't. I'm just that much of a fan of the product. All right, so let's pour some more lemonade. Day one. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Let's speed run that. All right, lemonade mixed. Let's keep moving. Let's get this testing done. Yeah, exactly. Lemonade, delicious. Dinner tonight will be some chili. Something nice and easy. You had pancakes for dinner? Interesting. How many people are going to stop watching me because I say this? I don't actually like pancakes. I barely like waffles. Sorry. I know, yeah, exactly, right? Some people just unfollowed based on that right there. They're like really thin pancakes. Yeah, Metajeza, you're making a Ricky Bobby reference, right? Like Talladega Nights, right? French toast is okay. Still not my cup of tea. Dude, there's people that do it. Yeah, come on, Swampy. It's a bit naive to think that no one would do that. It's happened before, right? I'm curious if the Solana shill is still around. All right, they do still follow, as far as I can tell. Oh, ketchup and sushi together? Oh, yeah. No, that's worth an unfollow. Right? Like, totally. Ketchup on steak? Yeah. That's worth an unfollow, too. I saw a video on Reddit the other day that was actually quite good. They brought, like, race into it when I don't think they need to, when instead I think it's more about, like, how you like food cooked, and it's not a racial thing. So it shows, like, yeah, here's, like, a nice steak that someone cooks, and they're, like, slicing and eating into it. It's, like, a good, like, medium rare. Delicious. And then it shows them cook that steak the same way, and then cook it again, and make it, like, you know, cooked all the way through, like, well done beyond well done. Drown it in steak sauce, and it shows them just, like, chewing it for, like, 4 or 5 hours. Just to savor the flavor, you know? It was a decent bit, besides the racial part of it. Ooh, steak sauce on hash browns. Interesting. Yeah, I don't put sauce on hash browns. Just salt and pepper. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I don't actually put ketchup on anything. Ketchup on sliced cucumbers? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, eat what you like the way you like it. Yeah, I'm into that too. Just because I don't like sauce on anything doesn't mean other people shouldn't enjoy it. If you want gravy on your chicken fried steak, go for it. Just if you're eating at a restaurant, recognize they're using the gravy to hide how poorly cooked that chicken fried steak was. Chicken fried steak should be crispy on the outside. They drown it in gravy so that they can let it be a soggy mess. If you say gravy on the side, the kitchen person actually starts sweating. Yeah, I do that, Swampy, and then I realize that I can never eat chicken fried steak at that restaurant ever again. Because they just don't cook it right. It dies under the heat lamp. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I am particular about my chicken fried steak. Which I should make here again soon. I could see that, Metageza. Yeah, I don't put gravy on my chicken fried steak at home. Biscuits and gravy would be weird without the gravy, though, right? Biscuits and gravy without the gravy is a problem. Ooh, it's a different kind of biscuit. Yeah. I think you all would call it like a roll, technically, right? What we have as biscuits and gravy here in the US would actually be a roll in the UK. But it's a leavened roll, not like a, like a soda roll. Same dough you use for a donut. But not a cake donut. You might call it a scone. Yeah. Here in the US, scones are a bit different. Scones are like thicker, they're more like cake based. Yeah, like US scones are cake usually, right? Like a cake donut, which means they're using baking soda for the leavening agent. Whereas like a proper US biscuit is actually using yeast for the leavening. And a proper, like, US donut is using yeast for the leavening as well. But yeah, how you doing, Coffee and Coding, Mr. Sir? What you up to? We got on the tangent of food, which means we may never come back from that until tomorrow. But I'm okay with it. I love me some food talk. Kebab meat, avocado chips, and chicken for dinner. When you say avocado chips, are they just like guacamole flavored? Or like literally avocado that you fried? Oh, avocado, comma, chips, and chicken for dinner. Okay, I was gonna say, what the hell is an avocado chip? My guess is when you say avocado and chips, you mean like guacamole and chips. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what it's like to deep fry an avocado. Oh, you're doing it like straight from the shell of the avocado. All right. Yeah, avocado chips sounds like it should be a thing. They'd be so expensive, though. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I want to try it now. Slice up an avocado, throw it in the deep fryer? Why is this not a thing yet? Patent pending. Damn right, Alex. Yeah, for sure. Duh. Avocado tempura is a thing. Oh, do you have to bread it for it to come out right? Does it just get mushy? Right, without the breading to hold it together? As a foodie stream in disguise, I am intrigued. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of really want to try it. I'll do it in some, like, on, like, a pan instead of in my deep fryer where it would be, like, way more of a nightmare to clean if it just dissolves. I'll do it in a pan. We'll see how it goes. I don't have an avocado, so I'll have to figure that out. I'd love to make like a mini avocado tree. If I move out to Leavenworth, like Eastern Washington-ish, like not too far, I will likely end up having enough like room in the house to create like a greenhouse kind of like situation. That'd be amazing. Yeah, regardless of what job I get here soon, I'm planning on moving to, like, Leavenworth for the time being. Because moving, like, farther would be a hassle, but I could, like, cut my rent in half. That would be amazing. I could cut my rent in half or at least shave $1,000 off of it. That would be amazing. Oh, yeah, I'll still have a coding job for sure. That's the part I gotta check, Metajeza. I think so, because Leavenworth is, like, enough of a, like, a cool town, and it's close enough to, like, Wenatchee that it should, but I'd have to double check that part. I'll have to check to see if Ziply Fiber does Leavenworth internet connections, you know? I'd still be in an apartment, probably. The moment I move to, like, a house out there, that might change, but if I buy a house, I'll invest in getting better internet to it, if I have to, you know? For sure. But I'm not looking at buying anything right now. Oh, I haven't freelanced since 2015. And yeah, real quick, Shoku, thank you for that 3-stream streak. Appreciate that. I know, I forgot to shout it out 20 minutes ago, like, properly. But yeah, freelancing sucks. It's the worst. I don't recommend it to my enemies. You have to wear every single hat. Are you a good project manager? Are you a good salesperson? If you say no to either of those, don't freelance. Nah. Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't be prudent. No, 2015, not 2050. So I get it, Blake. Yes, if you're trying to establish a resume to get hired somewhere, dude, you gotta do it. You have to do it. Like, freelancing is the easiest way to fill out your resume to get hired at a company so you don't have to freelance anymore. Yeah, I agree with that 1000%, Blake. I did it for the same reason. I would say if you're doing client work, I would recommend getting familiar with WordPress. Oh, hey, you're the same dude that has, like, the terrible naming convention for your names, right? Yeah. I don't even want to say their name because they'll probably clip it and try and use it in some, like, nefarious way. No, they're the same person that we've banned recently that has really, really bad names. They hate some political movement, and it's been part of their name for a couple years now. And Twitch still hasn't prevented that from being a thing, which is weird. No, they're the same person that was in here yesterday. Yeah. They're most likely still in high school or haven't moved on from that point in their life. And they're taking it out on us. Right? Besides the fact that I know I'm cute. Right? I know they're not even being truthful. Shit. I'm adorable. Right? That's how we know they're trolling. All right, the lemonades are having effect. Yeah, exactly, Rob. Yeah, for sure. How you doing, Rob? Yeah, thanks for your first chat. Thank you for chilling. Yeah, what you up to? Oh, we're having a great day. Yeah, we're sitting here hacking out some Kotlin stuff. I'm not a Kotlin developer by trade, but, you know, code is code. So that's the easy part. Well played there, X Factor. I like the way you phrased that. That was good. Ooh, yeah, here's the thing. There's kids that lie about their age all the time. Just they don't get banned. I'd say that person's right at 13. No, so, X Factor, if you were to say that you're a specific age, you'd get banned really quick. They have no way of knowing in many cases, but the moment you say you're younger than X, they gotcha, and they ban you real quick. They've got triggers and flags for that exact phrase. Don't test it. Do not test it. Really not a good idea. Do not push those boundaries. Twitch is very strict about it because they have to be. They really do enforce the 13 thing. But you have to be explicit about it in some statement in chat. They have no way of actually verifying that. Yeah, that's the biggest part there, X Factor. How would they verify it? Yeah, verification is like a crazy, like, hard step to do. Instead, they can just look at what you say. And if you ever say it, you're gone. It is so fucking hard. Sorry for the swearing. My bad. I don't do it that much. We've been pretty good about it. Sorry for that swear. State ID? Dude, you don't get a state ID until you're of driving age in most states, which would disregard 13 to 16 in most states. Bare minimum. And certain countries don't have that either. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Blake, it wouldn't even solve that problem. Yep. Nothing prevents them from clicking the button saying they're okay with mature content. So yeah, there's a lot of like gray area to how Twitch could enforce that without throwing out all of their user base. Right? Like, it's really tough. All they can do is their due diligence. That's it. I got notice that I might be seeing an offer here soon, but it might take a couple weeks. I really fucked up by not asking them what the range for the role might be. I would assume it's reasonable, but I don't know. Yeah, $1 to $1 million. Yeah, there's the range. Deal with it. Yeah. It's for a smaller company. I've got some other roles I'm interviewing at, too. The other roles are going to be testing way harder. No. So, like, Meta, this isn't even for a thing where, like, the role was posted anywhere. This was someone from stream, basically. Oh, absolutely, Blake. I wouldn't take anything less than that. I don't even know if I would consider that. I'm looking at like 30K above that. For the right role, I might take a concession. You know? If I'm outside of their range, well, okay, maybe. But I think if their range, like, I should have figured that out sooner. I should have figured that out sooner because I needed it to happen before the offer comes in, because if I decline an offer, I lose unemployment too. And losing unemployment would be brutal. So yeah, I'm gonna maybe send out a message there soon. No, it's not DevRel. I think it depends on the state, depends on the company, depends on a lot of stuff. GitLab's hiring for what? Ooh, hold up. I mean, I live in a state that would get me that pay. Right? I live in a state, like, I'm in the Seattle area. Yeah, like, that's already not necessarily, like, New York or San Fran proper, like, pay range. That's usually, like, the top. But then, like, right below it is, like, the Seattle area and some other, like, metropolitan areas. And that's usually within, like a 10K range of the most expensive. Seattle is an expensive area. So I qualify for, like, the upper end of their ranges usually. Yeah, Seattle's fine. X Factor, for sure. LinkedIn. Oh, copy and coding. LinkedIn is the worst place to apply. You know that, right? Don't do the LinkedIn application. Go to their website and find a role and apply via that. Okay. Yeah, just throwing that out there. I don't know if you knew. No current openings for DevRel. That's fine. I get it. Yeah, LinkedIn is the worst place to apply. Companies don't look at their LinkedIn applications. They don't. Like, they just don't, man. They're mostly doing back-end hiring. Exactly. Yeah, LinkedIn, like, that's why companies advertise on LinkedIn, because it's good for discoverability and finding roles. But you're not going to be seen as an applicant unless you apply in their main channel. And their main channel is usually through their website. We don't even see a salary range for this one. GitLab has a calculator? Oh, okay. Why don't they link to it? Every company I've seen that has a calculator links to it within their, like, their description. Oh, this would be like yeah, making tools for editors thing? Oh, you get access to it once you apply. Oh. Yeah, no worries, Alex. I'll see you again soon. Okay. My chat overlay replaced a number? It looks fine. Yeah, that'd be like well within the range I'm looking for. When I look at what they're trying to do for this specific team, I think I fit. I think I massively fit. Oh, so coffee encoding, yes, that's a bug that we've had for ages. That one sucks. Yeah, we gotta fix that one for sure. Wait, is what on my GitHub? Oh, the chat overlaid. No, it isn't. Sorry. No, it's, so basically it was on Bitbucket. I feel like Bitbucket lost a bunch of code at one point, but I also had a hard drive fail, and I lost like a year's worth of work from the hard drive failure, and I think Bitbucket having issues at the same time. Nope. Yeah, it was on Bitbucket. It still is, but I feel like Bitbucket lost some pushes I had definitely made. And the hard drive I had crashed too. So yeah, I missed out on like a year's worth of work for Stream Parrot. We can go back and remake it, man. But yeah, it's just not a high priority because I don't envision Stream Parrot to be anything that would drive profit anywhere. I don't see it. So I could remake it. Like I could use what we got and like build upon it. Sure, no problem. I just don't think it's the right investment of my time, right? The potential value to gain from it is just not high enough. If you want to see like usage metrics, right? Aki, analytics.streamparrot.com. We go log in. None of this stuff's private. But yeah, like if we look at the overlay itself, this number used to be at like 20 plus. The amount of streamers actually using it has dwindled because streamers just don't last. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you've recognized that pattern. But yeah, streaming here on Twitch is a temporary thing for a lot of people. For coding, specifically. Just look at Swelker. Swelker, whatever he wants his name pronounced as. He's giving up on Twitch and he's focusing on YouTube because it's probably a better use of his time. Just is what it is, you know? Ooh, so coffee and coding, 2014 to 2016. That is old. You should try it again. You'd have better results, I bet. But you need a camera, you need a microphone. Those are the two bare minimum things for a successful coding stream. If you don't have any of those, it's really like, you can make it work, but it's tough, you know? You can definitely make it work, but it's tougher. Aiden and Automated both don't have cameras. They do have a microphone. Bare minimum, microphone matters. I would say getting started, camera matters. You're gonna make me blush. I think I already have some facial flushing going from the lemonade. So yeah, I'm like already blushing. This is like default blush right here. But I'm also blushing based on that too. Eggnog? No, I don't drink eggnog. Restreaming to YouTube is definitely worth it. Make sure that you chat with people when they chat on YouTube, etc. I would say definitely, yeah, totally worth it, especially if you want to monetize YouTube. Streaming to YouTube helps build up your like watch hours when you're not regularly releasing videos. Having a camera is extremely useful. Having a microphone is the bare minimum. I've never seen someone without a microphone be successful on Twitch. Never seen it happen. Not saying it can't, but have you? Have you ever seen a successful stream that doesn't have a microphone? Where they're like chatting in their chat? I've never seen it. It doesn't happen. So bare minimum, have a microphone. It's actually really easy to solve that one. Microphones are cheap. Audio interfaces for mics are cheap. Getting a terrible, like, meh camera, cheap. You're looking at maybe $300 max. And then after a while, your bad camera can be upgraded to a nice camera based upon like your like subs and other things, etc. Ooh, but meta, no. I want to point out, like, you need a good mic that's near your face. The mic on a webcam is awful. Like, it's the worst. I would say invest in a decent microphone. Yeah, I should have qualified that with a decent microphone. Not any microphone, a decent microphone. Technically, my mic is probably not as good as other people's. Right? Because it's this, like, shotgun mic. It's separated from a face. You don't get, like, ooh, the nice, cool radio quality voice from it. Right? I don't even know if that did it. I don't think my microphone does that very well because it's a shotgun mic that's meant to be separated from a face. Yeah, a good condenser microphone right up there by your face, radio quality, boom, good to go. Right? You'll get that sweet, sexy, swinging sound from the microphone, no big deal. You don't need an SM500 or whatever they call them, right? Like the super expensive Shure mics. You don't need one of those. You just need something, right? Like an Audio-Technica, what is it? Audio-Technica 8080 or something like that? There's definitely like a super cheap Audio-Technica you can get that's really good. Yeah, it's like the AT8080. I think that's the one. Nope, that's not the one. Shit. Audio-Technica mic. The 2020, that's the one, not 8080. Yeah, AT2020. Dude, that one's good. I had an AT2020 for years. So coffee and coding, you're talking about $200 to $300. You can get the AT2020 for like $50 if it's used. Right? And it's really good. Get yourself a pop filter in front of it and you're done. You need an audio interface for the XLR version, but you can still get that cheaper than a Shure mic that needs the XLR like interface anyway. So upgrading from an AT2020 to like the cheapest Shure, right? The SM7B is not the cheapest, right? But like some Shure microphone, right? Totally works. But if you're gonna go from an AT2020, you might as well upgrade to the best you can get. Ooh, so hold up. You pretty much don't want to like co-locate those things. You don't want to actually make your microphone also be your USB like connection. Because replacing the microphone that's in front of your USB interface is so much cheaper than making sure you buy a microphone that is actually, you know, has the USB built in. Getting a really good USB interface is like $40. It's so cheap. Yeah, you're not wrong, computer. A lot of people buy Shure microphones just to have it there in the video. For anyone who doesn't remember, my shoulder dislocated right there because I was trying to avoid hitting the microphone arm for the AT2020 that was in my face. I don't want a microphone in my face because I'll dislocate my shoulder again. So yeah, I can't have a microphone up in my face. I will dislocate my shoulder trying to avoid it. Oh, really, X Factor? Yeah. If you don't know, my shoulder dislocates and I can throw it back in myself. That's the best case scenario for a shoulder dislocating. It doesn't get any better than that. If you can't relocate your own shoulder, you're gonna have a bad time. No, I'm not Stretch Armstrong, but this ligament that connects this part of my shoulder might be. That ligament right there that is connecting my shoulder to the rest of my, like, chest, that thing is so stretched out, I don't think it does anything anymore. I don't think it does at all. Ooh, Sayoizi. Real quick, you're probably better off using your, like, phone at that point. Because you're not going to get a really, really good quality camera for less than that. So instead, use a cheap C920 or something cheap, under $100 or 100 euros or whatever. Use that until you can afford, like, a $500 camera. But don't worry about upgrading before then. And really, like, the cameras on your phones are typically way better than any webcam you're gonna get. Like, I'm not even kidding, like, way better. So, C920 to start, phone to fill in the gap, and when you're finally ready to purchase a $500 or $600 camera, that's that moment. And you'll only know you're at that moment when your stream has paid for that camera. I wasn't ready for that until I had been streaming for a year or two, and the amount of subs over that year or two fully justified buying a nice camera. If you have a lot of money, ooh, I mean, the a lot of money thing gets, like, really tough really quick. Yeah, lighting is more important than camera. So Yoizi, that's probably your biggest thing. Instead of investing into a better, like, webcam, invest into better lighting. That's gonna be your biggest, like, win for quality. Yeah, lighting is actually the #1 thing you should optimize before upgrading your camera. The more light available, the less noise you'll see in, like, the webcam even. Yeah, lighting is actually the #1 thing to upgrade first, before camera. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. He has a really good, like, short or something in which he, like, shouts out. Like, how good his video gets after he adds some other stuff to it. But, yeah, it's going to be really hard to actually find that now. Yeah, that's a bummer, actually. But he had a clip or a video or whatever you want to call it where he showed, like, incrementally improving his output from a really bad camera. There's definitely, like, a Harris Heller video. Harris Heller camera lighting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure which one, but Harris Heller has some really good videos about it. So just look up Harris Heller camera lighting, and one of these videos would definitely do it. I don't remember which one it is, though. And yeah, again, Swampy, I'm so sorry I didn't go up to Harris Heller and, like, shout out, like, hey, Swampy says hi. That's my bad, man. That's my bad. But yeah, I do think there are some GitLab roles I could qualify for. So I might reach out to him. Why not? It's so easy. So yeah, we need to go hack out the rest of this testing logic. I need to go use the restroom real quick. Did you come up with the Stream Beats idea? Oh my god. Swampy, yeah, you should be paid based upon that one. He's killing it. Right? He made a bunch of money off that stuff. But let me go pee. I'll be right back. I got enough water for another lemonade, so we're good there. Okay, I'm back. No, that's fine. I wasn't gonna say, like, yep, you deserve all the money. I'd happily say that, but I don't know if I believe it, because I don't know, man. I don't know nothing. How you doing, Triple Cursed? What you up to? We're pouring another lemonade real quick. And yeah, we need to hack out the rest of this testing. I want to get these tests to at least run before we're done. We got an hour to do so. We've been chatting for like the last hour. It's a Saturday before a holiday, so yeah, nothing wrong with that, right? Right? Need some lemonade, hold the lemonade? Yeah, that's the thing. Damn, you haven't had whiskey in a year? Oh man, that's awesome, dude. The nerve block's working though? Dude, I'm happy for you. Yeah, you've been in pain for a while, man. I'm glad it's working. That's legit. There you go, Sergeant Pepper. I mean, it is holiday weekend. What are you waiting for? Hold on, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No worries, no worries. All right, let's keep hacking this out. So, start. Oh, so we can add to it. All right, so start and end. No big deal. Time zone. All right, so that's our before schedule. This editor is IntelliJ IDEA. It was the easiest way to get up and running with Kotlin on our platform. Ooh, but hold on. Oh, hold up. Duration's coming from the wrong place. Hey, and we're good. Yeah, the new UI is good. Like, as far as I know, like, I don't know for sure. Seems nice. Yeah, I mean, they got stuff on the side, like the Gradle stuff. Right? So they got, like, more to it. But it seems nice. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used IDEA for a long time. I think I might never have used IntelliJ IDEA. I know that Android Studio is IntelliJ IDEA based. And I've used that before. But before that, Eclipse is something I used in college once. You shouldn't hang me on a hook, Johnny. My mother hung me on a hook once. Who here knows the movie I just quoted? This is about to out some really old people in chat. They're refraining from actually responding because they're that old. They don't want to be called out for how old they are. You shouldn't call out how old I am, CM Griffin. Another person called me out for how old I am once. once. Abdil knows the reference. Yeah, damn right. Are you aware that your last name's an adverb? Yeah, it's Johnny Dangerously. It is a very, very early Michael Keaton role. And it's as much of a farce as, like, Airplane and some of those other films. But it's a farce about, like, mafia films. It's really good. Joe Piscopo is the one that says that, like, once line. Shouldn't kick me in the balls, lady. My sister kicked me in the balls once. Once. Dead men don't wear plaid? I don't remember that at all, actually. I don't remember that reference. Interesting. I really like the dude that doesn't swear. He says, like, Fargan ice holes. Summon a batch. I believe we're at the stage of this stream where, like, yeah, I should really be better about swearing. So Fargan ice holes and summon a batch is going to be something that we say far more frequently, I think. Fargan ice holes. Yeah, dead men don't wear plaid. I haven't seen that, I don't think, actually. Can we recognize that, oh man, sitting at like a 60 plus viewership number consistently throughout the day is almost hinting at the fact that the content classifications we've done and have abided to are actually harming our viewership massively. So, we are gonna swear way less here on stream. We're gonna be less visibly intoxicated here on stream. And if I swear less, then I could probably remove the mature, like, tagging as well. And will that improve numbers too? I don't know, man, but it seems to be working. That said, we may be at a moment where I need to, like, opt into CM Griffing After Dark, where we turn that stuff back on. It may be time. All right, how are we doing assertions elsewhere? It's assert true. Hold on, we don't need that. There we go. That bun in the oven is overdone, man. I think I'm gonna lean on multiple at this point. But yeah, how you doing, Robert Tables? Mr. Sir. I'm gonna do this. Don't make me regret it. No, I know you won't, right? The entire, like, issue previously was my fault. I'll say that for sure. If you can simply recognize that I'm a fragile individual and guard your statements as such, I think we're good to go. We good? Yeah, Owen knows. Yeah. I'm a fragile individual. As long as your statements take that into account, we're good to go, man. I know, like human beings, right? You're a real human being at that point. And a real hero. I'm really happy to have you back, man. No, seriously, the entire issue was on my end. Would I say you could have phrased things better so that Jerk Me didn't take offense? Maybe. But Jerk Me is the problem there. So, thank you. Appreciate you. Jerk Me is the entire issue. That said, I'm out of water, and I gotta go, like, pour some more water, man. No, I appreciate that. Thank you, Robert Tables. You weren't that much of a jerk, right? Your phrasing could have been better, sure. But in retrospect, you didn't mean it as offensively as I took it. So I need to work on that. Thank you for at least trying to take part of the blame. Again, happy to have you back. But let me go pour some more water real quick. It'll be so quick. And yeah, this is the best beanie I own for this time of year. Yeah. I got the hoodie for it, right? I'm just like the bark of the tree. This is just like the tree looking at you, judging you. No big deal. All right, I'm back. Yeah, are you gonna be streaming again soon? Hey, man. I would be happy to join in on a D&D session at any point. Especially if, like, you just have me on as, like, a guest and I voice NPCs that you don't want to do voices for, or that don't fit your, like, voice range, things like that. Like, dude, I want to get into voice acting. I think I'm actually kind of good at it. If you haven't seen me on gaming stream doing some of that, Well, tonight I'll be on gaming stream doing the evil playthrough, in which my character, who's a sorcerer, he talks kind of like this. He's a bit evil. Oh. Don't you tempt him with an evil time. So yeah. Just saying. The character's name is Herbert. Yeah, no, I love doing voices. For sure, man. I will happily chime in and do voices for your campaign. Just let me know. I'll plan around it and everything. But yeah, tonight is Baldur's Gate 3, and I am playing Herbert, the evil, creepy mage who's also the Dark Urge. Well, some people just needed to die. Right? Like, yeah, no big deal. Yeah, one of these days, I'm gonna make, like, a static, like, marketing site for advertising me as a voice actor. I've played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and done voiceovers for both. In fact, yeah, Robotic Head out there, who's going to be part of our evil playthrough, is playing a character called Betty, in which I've totally done some of Betty's voiceover before. Oh, I'm Betty. Ugh. Right? And in Baldur's Gate 2, the voice that they picked for that character even had a voiceover line, "Who's a pretty kitty?" Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm Betty. Nah. People gotta die. I don't know why. Someone just told me. Now, Robotic Head has his own take on the voice, and technically they're the most canonical, correct version of that voice, but I still think I like mine better. Betty Smash! Right? Female orc barbarian? Yeah, absolutely. I think I nailed it on that voice. Oh, and actually, yeah, this part is just the is. Yup. What type of cannonball you throwing in those cannons? Grape shot? Chain shot? Standard? Doesn't sound very canonical, does it? All right, next up, we need to make our during schedule. Val during schedule. Ooh, fancy, right? And yeah, again, yeah, how you doing, man? Canoon. Oh, yeah, fancy. Canonical. The fact that that sounds so British actually makes it even better. That sounds very British. Canonical crumpets and widgets. I don't know. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, dude, thank you again for that sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for not holding a grudge too deeply. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Fishin'. You know what the biggest thing is, though? Never end your coding on a win. What you need to do is get some sleep and let this thing that is bugging you actually, like, sit there and simmer. While you're going to sleep, while you're waking up in the morning, while you're taking your shower, while you're washing dishes and doing laundry, all that stuff. The background thought process is something you need to actually weaponize and learn to, like, utilize. So, Fishin', I'm sorry. We're not in a let me solve your code problem kind of mood. But realistically, seriously, I'm not even kidding. Don't end coding on a win. End coding on a problem, and then you come back to it the next day, slept, refreshed, ready to go, and your background brain, your diffused thought process, has already been stewing on this thing, regardless of your, like, what you're doing. The deadline's a problem? There's no deadline that's kicking in on Sunday. There is no Sunday deadline. You're lying to us if you say there is. There is no Sunday deadline. Get some sleep, man, and you will think about the problem better in the morning. When you wake up, I'll probably be here tomorrow, man, and then you can ask the question again. But at least give yourself some time to percolate. Yeah, I love deadlines and the whooshing sound they make as they go by. I get it. So, yep. You are most likely on like a UK or otherwise time zone. But no matter what, the fact that you left it to the last moment, that's your biggest problem. You can't brute force programming. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. I've met devs that thought they could, and the code they hacked out was terrible. The code they hacked out was the worst. I wouldn't want to maintain it. But I would say, Fishin', the biggest thing is that the fact that you left it to the last moment. Could you have put in more work ahead of time? Probably. Yeah, calculus is different from programming. Kind of a win. I totally get that. So, Fishin', here's the bigger thing. Would you end up passing? Sure. Would you get an A? Probably not. So the key is recognize things that you need to pass versus things you need to ace. Did calculus need that effort? Or would you have been satisfied with the 70%? My entire college career was based around me recognizing things that I could fail and still pass a class. The moment you reach a situation like that, where you could fail the final test and still pass the class, then stop doing it. You got bigger fish to fry at that point. Because passing a class is the only thing that matters. Nobody looks at your fucking GPA. And I'm sorry for the swearing. Again, nobody looks at your GPA post-college. It doesn't happen, man. It's never happened in my line of work. No one has ever asked what GPA I got in college. It's never come up. Passing is equivalent to 100%ing in college. Once you recognize that, you're good to go, man. I might have graduated with like a 2 dot something, but I graduated, and that's all that matters. I have a degree versus not having a degree. It's a binary decision. Nobody looks at, well, yeah, you got a degree. What was your GPA with that degree? Nobody asks that question. It doesn't happen. You don't want a job where they care. You don't want a job where they care about your GPA. I'm going to say that right now. You don't want that job, so don't worry about it. You didn't want it. You might have applied to it and realized that, holy hell, not a thing you should actually, like, care about. Any job that cares is not a job you want. So even then, Blake, would you accept an answer that says, well, on the most recent project I did, I took a back seat because I knew that I'd be able to pass the class with a 70%? Would that be acceptable in your eyes? I'm curious about that one, Blake. I get it, fishing, but I want to point out that you could have solved this way before today, right? You could have solved all of these problems way before today, right? That's the thing to focus on. Whether you fail or not, you need to fix that pattern, right? That habit. Could you have solved all of this before today? I'm sorry, we're not going to give you like some magic cheat code that automatically makes all this stuff make sense or give you like the answer to your homework. None of that would be ethical. And there is no magical fucking cheat code. Sorry for the swearing again. There is no magical cheat code to solve these problems. Instead, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort. And you didn't yet. I'm sorry. But that's the thing to recognize about why you're scrambling right now. You gotta be like level 3 on Robert Table's Patreon. Ooh, yeah, anything like that, I'm gonna say BS immediately. I know Robert Tables is joking. He's making a joke for effect. He doesn't have a level 3 on his Patreon, as far as I know. Yeah, I knew you were kidding. I just wanted to, like, shout that out. Like, I think he's lying to us. Or at least, like, having some fun. So yeah, again, right? Fishing. There is no cheat code. I'm sorry. Like, even if we helped you with your work, we wouldn't be helping you, technically. Because understanding and being able to reason about these things is actually the thing you're supposed to learn. You're not supposed to learn syntax. You're not supposed to learn framework ecosystem stuff, any of that. Your goal was to learn problem solving. And you're trying to take the shortcut for that, and that's actually the worst thing we could do if we were to solve that for you. You might have to take a class again if you're not going to pass based on this. Technically, you should be able to get a C or worse and still pass your class, right? Right? If that's not true, you've already messed up so bad that no one can save you from that. C's get degrees. All you got to do is pass, man. That's it. If you are that far away from passing your class, you got a problem, man. And we can't solve that for you. Fishin', you missed the joke. He doesn't actually have a Patreon. That was the joke. All right, so I do see like the thing there. It wasn't meant seriously. I just want to point out again though, Fishin', right? If your grade is so tenuous that a C is not going to get you by, the problem exists before anything we could actually change. Yeah. Yeah, either you know your stuff and you don't need to do the homework and you'll be satisfied with a C based upon like doing zero homework, or you got to put in the work on every bit of homework and then hope that you can like pass the class with a C on the tests. That's it. That's really it. If you don't have faith in your ability to get a C on the tests, no amount of coaching is going to help that. Yeah, X Factor, I agree. I used to do that in like 3rd and 4th grade, doing my spelling homework. I remember that distinctly. So, Robert Tables, we are drinking lemonade. And recognize there's a reason I phrased it that way. It's just a lemonade day. No big deal. Ah, it's like of days. Exactly, Sergeant Pepper. And yeah, Ukadlu, how you doing, Mr. Sir? Yeah, what you up to? You're so egg-cited? Hey-oh, there you go. Is that a Humpty Dumpty thing? There had to have been some, like, pun version of you just can't hide it, like you just can't fry it. Like, come on, Robert Tables, be better. I'm so egg-cited, and I just can't fry it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I'll poach it. So here's the magical part there, Steel Toad. Yeah, if you're not aware, the Humpty Dumpty thing used to be an actual, like, riddle. And the riddle was, like, what is Humpty Dumpty? And the answer was an egg. Nowadays, people assume that they know, and they already knew that Humpty Dumpty was an egg. And why do we assume he's an egg? Because that was actually the entire riddle. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty something something, right? Right? But at the end of the day, like, yes, what was Humpty Dumpty? The answer was an egg. Nowadays, it's assumed that we all know Humpty Dumpty was an egg, but that's not how it was originally phrased. It used to be a riddle, and now it's just a nursery rhyme. It's very different. Yeah, I saw that Reddit post too, so I know exactly what you're referencing. So I get it. I get it. Kingdoms? All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again? How does that actually, like, make it a kingdom? Actually, no, I kind of get that. I think I kind of get it. Yeah, no, I like it. It works if you were to describe Humpty as a kingdom. Yeah, the kingdom broke apart and the king couldn't reunite them. I'm into it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think the of days thing is actually wrong. But I bet they had a good scrambled breakfast. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, exactly. Nice opinion. Yeah, I use my big old brain. Look at the big brain on Brad. I mean, no, I don't know anything. I do the thing. What am I coding? I am making some scheduling logic that is not 100% accurate or correct. Yeah, so that's a total failure. Do I have the duration library? I thought I did, kotlin.time.duration, but Mitabe, yeah, you might be right that I'm using it wrong, right? The duration.ofDays here is totally off, and that's actually our failure right now. Am I using the correct duration? I don't think I am. I don't think so either. I think your instinct of questioning that. Yeah, totally. There you go, nice opinion. You're evil. I hope you know that. You are absolutely evil. And yeah, that's like tough. So yeah, the of days thing, duration dot of days, is blowing it. I think it's just the wrong duration. So what do we think is the API we should actually be using? I think we're using the wrong duration. Yeah, I don't know what the fix is right now. Yeah, java.time.duration, we just tested that and it didn't work, right? I don't know if you saw that. I can show you again. Java.time.duration of days is not a thing, right? Dot of days is a thing, but our type is not correct. So they're saying duration dot of days is Java time duration, but not Kotlin time duration. Because we're using Kotlin. So I'm gonna leave what we got here because it's 6 p.m. and I want to get into some gaming here real soon. We've got people falling off of the YouTube stream as well as, you know, viewership kind of dwindling here on Twitch. We got something we gotta do time-wise here, but yeah, our duration of days thing is not what we expected. This sounds like a problem for tomorrow, doesn't it? I think so. This sounds like a tomorrow problem. So real quick, who do we go raid? Who's even streaming today? I don't even know. I don't have alert going, and I should have. Well, shit. Did he say well shit? No, I said whale stuff. Totally different. We were about to go raid Acorn, but we're going to be gaming with Acorn soon. So instead, let's find someone else who's streaming that we should, like, raid into. OG Purple Daddy? He's got a camera. He's got a mic. He's doing some C++. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Sorry for the swearing. I gotta, like, rein in my swearing. My bad. I don't swear enough to where I think I need that warning, but I should be better on it. So, I will do so. This is on Twitch. So, OG Purple Daddy. Yeah, I'm going to start the raid for sure. I don't raid YouTube people. Maybe that would be worthwhile, but I don't think they have any way of doing that. So whatever. Yep, that's them. So everyone on YouTube, thank you so much for the lurks. Thank you for chilling. Yeah, I should probably use auto bleep, but auto bleep doesn't work in real time, so that's on me. Auto bleep only works for VODs. So yeah, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream. Thank you all so much for the lurks and hanging out. Really appreciate y'all. Thank you. I'll see you again soon. See you tomorrow.